Chapter 13, Mishnah 1. When a person sees a discoloration on the walls of his house that appear to be a nega, i.e., it is the size of 2 grits and its color is deep green or deep red, he shows it to a Kohen, who confines the house, i.e., closes it off for a week. At the end of the week, the Kohen re-examines the nega. There are 10 things that might then happen. The Mishnah enumerates them. There are 10 ways that a nega on houses can develop until the house either becomes tahor or is confirmed as being tameh and is destroyed. Cases 1 and 2. 1. If the color of the nega became lighter than deep green or deep red at the end of the first week of confinement. 2. Or if the nega disappeared, the homeowner scrapes off the place of the nega and the house is tahor. Cases 3 and 4 refer to a situation in which the Kohen inspects the nega at the end of the first week and finds that it did not change. In this case, he confines the house for a second week and returns to inspect the nega again at the end of that week. 3. If the nega became lighter at the end of the second week. 4. Or if it disappeared, the homeowner scrapes off the place of the nega and the house requires the tahara procedure of birds to become purified. Until this point, the Mishnah discussed cases in which, at the time of the reinspection at the end of the first week, the nega was found either to have dimmed in color, disappeared, or remained the same. Cases 5 and 6 refer to where the Kohen returns after the first week to find that the nega has spread. 5. If the nega spread at the end of the first week, the homeowner removes the afflicted stones, scrapes off the clay from the area around the stones, puts new stones in their place, and plasters the area around them, as described in Mishnah chapter 12, Mishnah 6. And the Kohen gives it another week, i.e., he confines the house for a second week. If at the end of the second week he finds the nega to have returned, the house must be demolished, as described in chapter 12, Mishnah 7. 6. If the nega did not return, the house requires the tahara procedure of birds to become purified. The previous two cases described a nega that spread during the first week. If, however, the nega remained the same after the first week, the law is that the Kohen confines the house for a second week. Cases 7 and 8 refer to where the nega spread during the second week. 7. If the nega remained the same at the end of the first week and spread during the second week, the homeowner removes the afflicted stones, scrapes off the clay from around them, puts new stones in their place, plasters the area around them, and the Kohen gives it another week, i.e., he confines the house for a third week. If the nega returned during the third week, the house must be demolished. 8. If the nega did not return, the house requires the tahara procedure of birds to become purified. The previous 4 cases all dealt with where the nega spread at some point, either after the first week, cases 5 and 6, or after the second week, cases 7 and 8. The final 2 cases refer to where the nega did not change after both the first and second weeks. 9. If the nega remained the same at the end of both the first and second weeks, the homeowner removes the afflicted stones, scrapes off the clay from the area around them, puts new stones in their place, plasters the area around them, and the Kohen confines the house for a third week. If the nega returned, the house must be demolished. 10. If the nega did not return, the house requires the tahara of birds to become purified. We have learned that in cases in which the nega-afflicted stones and surrounding clay are removed and replaced, and the nega does not return by the end of the following week, the house is purified through the procedure of birds. Cases 6, 8, and 10. The Mishnah discusses what happens if a nega reappears on the house before the tahara of the birds was able to be performed. If a nega appeared on the house before the owner had a chance to purify it with the birds, the house must be demolished. This nega is considered a returning nega, and in all cases of a returning nega, the rule is that the house must be demolished. See cases 5, 7, and 9 above. However, if a nega appeared on the house only after the owner purified it with the birds, then it is considered a completely new nega, and the house must be examined anew.